Hey guys, welcome to the Fireball Mullet channel. We're going to be doing something. I'm working on the carpet and the interior and all that, but today we're installing this beautiful new beechwood style carpet on the side of the console. So I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to restore and do that, remove the vents, get this all nice and glued on every step of the way. Then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you a sneak peek of what I'm doing with my audio in the car, the amp sort of mount, and where I'm thinking about that. Let's get right to it, guys. So first of all, this kit is available Thirdgen Ranch, and if you haven't been there, they have some really cool stuff and they have some unique things, and I think this is one of those things that I haven't really seen a lot online at other places. So they're kind of my go-to place for if I need some carpet trim or some extra material. And it's pretty cool because when you get the kit, you get two pieces here, one for each side, but you also get the brush, the glue, and they give you specific instructions. So it makes it really nice. If you just take your time, do a little pre-fitting, this project will go super well for you, okay?
Saw my other video where I bought the trim panels for the plastic panels. So I've got a video on doing that. It's gonna be very similar here. I'm guessing the process. And what's cool is they give you all the glue, everything else. Make sure it's clean, test fit, see if any trimming is needed, figure out the best way to take this off. This existing carpet here.
Just like anything, it's all about the prep. You want to go ahead and start at the corner and start removing some of the carpet, the old carpet that's already on it. Now, depending on where you're at with that, it may be the original carpet, it may be somebody that already replaced it. Who knows, through the years, it's always an archaeological project at some point. So, you never know what you get into. In my case, it was pretty easy. The glue just really had separated with a nice little razor blade, and it was only a perimeter sort of bead as well as a perimeter going down the middle. So it was pretty easy for the most part.
I guess let's just bring out our trusty dusty. Okay, this ain't gonna be as hard as I thought. Just got really a glue bead running, glue bead on it, so I'm just going to run it along that glue bead there. Like so. Does that come out?
You're going to have to remove these vents right here, which is really just two speed nuts at the back with, I think it's 10 millimeter. You'll have to remove these, pop them out.
Got to take these little vents off. Looks like a couple little speed nuts. Easy, because this is plastic. It's probably old. Put that over there. Go ahead and pop these vents out. Yep, there you go. Kind of there. Set that to the side. Pop this other one off. Now we can continue removing the carpet. All right, we'll just keep getting this off here. All right, there's the first side. All right, guys, as you know, it's all about the prep work.
So you used a heat gun for the next step and started to melt some of that glue that was on there, and just took a razor blade and it just came off pretty easy. So again, I don't know if it's stock, if it's going to be that easy for you, but that heating it up with a heat gun, just be careful. This is ABS. You could overheat this and warp the panel.
You can see here, number one, I've got to get this bead of glue off of here. You can see that it's just all around the edge here, one up the middle. So I think I should get that off. The next thing is I'm seeing some overspray here, and I think I want to get that back to black. So I might have to paint this, but the problem is you don't want to paint over this because that glue will lift if there's any kind of dye or paint on top of this plastic. I think what I want to do, try the little spot here, go ahead and heat this up. And then just kind of comes off. Wipe it on the old shit. I think I got most of the bulk of it where it'll lay flat. Now I'm just going to clean it. I'm going to use some of this prep. It's basically some plastic prep. Just kind of want to get this stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and let that sit, kind of etch it in. We'll go ahead and just cloth. Kind of get some of the, so I think this side is going to be ready, but I'm going to go ahead and just clean the other side and do the same. And then I think I'm going to have to just touch up, paint some black here. I think I have something that matches ABS pretty good. I think it's some bumper and trim black paint, which I think matches this really well. So let me go ahead and take off the other side, clean it, get us to this point, and then I'll bring you guys back. And then over here, guys, I've got material, and I forgot what I bought this for. I don't know which one that is, but this is the console here. I gotta look at what I ordered. I must have ordered something extra, so I gotta look at what that is. But this is the console here. Let's get that out in the sun a little bit, relax it, because it's been rolled up. So we're gonna go ahead and start applying this.
Now we get to the fun part, right? We want to install the carpet. Go ahead, and the big thing with me is when you're gluing it on, pre-fit it, and there's always a little bit of trimming to do with this. It's pretty close, but my advice is to start at the end that's the most complicated. So in this case, this is the most complicated here. Obviously, this is just a square piece here. So the idea is if it's too long, you want to just be able to trim off one end, okay? So that's just another pro tip. I've done this like once. But just based on my experience, that's kind of what I found there. And then work about, 6 inches at a time. Put the glue around the perimeter and then one down the middle, and then just kind of fill it in lightly into the squares there. And I just start with that, glue it, and then I sort of pull this back and do the next 6 inches, and then just keep doing each section at a time while I'm sort of flattening it out along the way. And then before you know it, you're at the end, guys.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and glue this bad boy on. Let's just figure out orientation. That looks pretty good there. And I'll just kind of test fit it. I did have to make a little trimming here. I think this time I'm going to start from this end because I had to trim a little bit of this on the other side, and it's easier just to trim this straight edge here. So I would say start at maybe the most complicated side and go ahead and test fit. Okay, just kind of make sure everything, we got our little vent there. I think I can just cut the X out there like I did the other side. Just got to make sure it all lines up like so. Let's go ahead and just trim it. If we get going, that actually might not be bad there, but gonna trim that as well. Let's take a little bit off of here. You won't have to do as much trimming, but I will say to do a really good job, you're gonna have to trim it, guys. Now we'll go ahead and what I like to do is just kind of pull one little section, and I'm gonna start with this side. So I'm just gonna put some glue here. I'm gonna roll that over, Then I'm gonna pull this back over, and I'm gonna do about 6 inches at a time. All right, so let's go ahead. What I like to do is do the edges, kind of get the parameter first, like so. And you really just need a really thin coat, guys. You don't need to go super crazy with this stuff. Put one in kind of in the middle, and then just fill in the squares. Like this. This one's ready to go. This is where kind of test fitting it makes a world of difference, right? And I'll just kind of give it some good pressure, smooth it out. I think I'm moving you over here, like so. Now I'll go ahead, pull this to my glue stop area, which is right there. And then what I do, go ahead, take the glue. I'll just kind of tuck another one up in there. Again, do the parameter. I'm gonna do the parameter around this vent. This will be our stopping point. Like so. That should get us in a pretty good spot for the next one. We'll go ahead, just lay this over. I like to smooth it as I go. Just make sure you do that. And you got a second or so to kind of move it before it starts to really lock in. So you got some time. If you want to, like me, I'm going to ride up a little bit closer to the top here, like so. All right, now we'll go ahead, pull it back to that spot there, and we'll just kind of repeat the process. So that is kind of the finished product.
Go ahead. What I did is I made really two cuts right here. I made a cut like an X, and then I just cut out those corners, which is basically 4 pieces. So I cut an X and then cut those pieces off, those tags, and then that vent just popped right in. And then go ahead, put your speed nuts in, kind of underneath of it, which is right here. You can see that.
And see if I can cut. Looks really nice. Wow. Now I've got to be able to get this vent in. All right, guys, there you go. Start from one end, go to the other. Use your glue sparingly, just kind of light coat. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut in the vent right here. Hopefully I can get that inserted. What this other piece was, I actually went ahead and ordered for the cargo door area panel, which I don't have yet. So once I get that, which I plan on doing all my audio, stereo equipment, I went ahead, hooked up my amp, went ahead and mounted the amp on this board here that I covered, and that's actually sitting on the remote battery box. And I just got a little sub here, so I kind of want to get all this out, remount it, build or buy the stock panel, cargo panel that goes here, and I guess this will go there, something like that, right?
And for the most part, job's done. Then you just reinstall it back on the car, and that's going to be it, guys. So one last thing that I wanted to talk about is the sound system. Again, I went ahead and mocked up for all the wiring and got it ready for the carpeting. And during this video here, I'm actually editing the larger carpet install video. But I've got it pretty much all done, so I'll let you guys see that here in the next video. And then of course I've got a third gen, Rate My Subscribers third gen coming up. So make sure you send me some, watch a video to find out the instructions on that if you want to submit your car. But guys, thanks for watching the video. The interior project is coming along great. The car is actually, you probably saw my post, is in the paint shop. So I'll catch you more up on that here in a little bit. But the biggest thing is I just want to get ready for the big car show, the GM Nationals in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. The car was accepted in the Camaro display building, which is a very cool honor to be accepted. It's going to be a big third gen, one of the biggest third gen gatherings I think that's probably ever happened. So it's going to be huge. So make sure you guys think about going to that. Let me know. I'm probably going to put some posts and some things like that of where I'm going to be. That's going to be, I think, June 24th, somewhere in that time frame. So if you're in that area, it'd be cool to kind of see you guys. So that's today's video, guys. Thanks. I hope you have a great day.